Hello, this is Martin from ELT Experiences and welcome to a new video, and today we're going to be looking at some tricks to help you with your first lessons in your classroom. I came across a question here by Danny, and he was looking for suggestions of icebreakers or warm-up activities for my first lesson with a group of first year academic English university level international students. He said, "I need some ideas and the ones I find online seem so childish. I'd like to find one or more activities that would last at least 15 minutes and would help students introduce themselves and break the ice. Looking forward to your suggestions. Thank you, smiley face." So, Danny, this video is for you. Okay, so the first idea that you could do to try and break the ice and develop that all-important rapport with the students is to have a find someone who. And there's loads and loads of worksheets based on the find someone who, and you can try and find out a little bit more information about the students beforehand if possible. You can try and get them to fill in a questionnaire or a pre-course questionnaire, find out about their hobbies and interests and incorporate that into the worksheet. You could also use a sample template. I've linked one down below and you can download that and use that, edit it or whatever, it's up to you. Okay, and basically this tries to get students to find out information about each other, and you need to get them to use the question form, can you, are you, do you, and when they say yes, like, can you speak 3 languages? Yes, I can. Okay, tick, name, boom, and that's it. Yeah, it's pretty simple, easy stuff. Okay, so that's the first idea, find someone who. The second idea that I like to use, particularly with any students of age or nationality, are 2 truths and a lie about myself. Okay. And I normally put in information about hobbies, interests, a little bit about the family, not too much, and also my age, okay? And I usually keep the 2 truths as, countries I've lived in or languages I can speak, and then the lie would be my age, and I'll try and get the students to try and work out or calculate my age, and sometimes they're not that forgiving. But, well, anyway, so there's the 2 truths and a lie, and hopefully that will develop some sort of rapport between yourself and the all-important students themselves. If the students don't know themselves very well, you can try and get the students to also write 2 truths and a lie about themselves and get the other students to guess which one's true or which one's false. And you can give them some ideas or some prompts, and you can get them to think about hobbies and interests, etc. Okay, the third idea that I really like, something that I incorporate into almost all my lessons now, is the what's the question? Okay. And normally I put down 9 or 10 pieces of information numbered on the whiteboard about myself. I get the students to think of the questions to get that answer. So for example, on number 1, I'll put, let's see, I would put 39 years old. Okay, you've worked out my age anyway. I get them to ask the question. They always come out with, how old are you? And I go, tick, demonstration. Then I get them into pairs or small groups, and I try and get them to think of the remaining 8 or 9 questions, however many pieces of information that you put up on the whiteboard. And I get them to try and come up with the questions, and I go around the room once everyone's been given about 5 to 10 minutes to think about the questions, and then those questions that they have, normally open questions, WH questions, what, when, who, where, why, how, how old, how long, how many, how much, how often, and I tell them you've got to use the open questions. Any closed questions like can you, are you, do you, will you, just indicates a closed question with a yes or a no answer. So I say you've got to use the open questions. Okay, and then when they have all the questions and they've got all the answers, I say, right, use those questions and ask each other those questions about yourself. Find out a bit more information, and I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes, and once you've worked out some ideas and get some answers, come back and tell me anything interesting that you found with regards to that. Okay. Right, idea number 4. Now, you need a softball. If you haven't got a softball, like me, you can use a teddy. Okay, so I've got my little cute cuddly Pikachu, and normally I'll pass it to the student. I say, what's your name? And they say, oh, my name is Martin. And then I say, right, throw it to another student. And they have to ask the question whilst they're thrown. And then, you know, once we've gone through the classroom and we've worked out everybody's names, I say, right, you've got to call out the name that you're throwing to and then ask another question. So, Martin, where are you from? I'm from England. David, where are you from? Well, etc. And then once you worked out that, you make it progressively harder and you go, right, Martin from England, what do you do in your free time? Boom, I play the saxophone. David from Germany, what do you do in your free time? And then you continue and continue until, you know, you can't work out or remember everything that all the students are saying, but you try and make it a bit more competitive and make it random, so you don't throw it or you don't pass it round in a circle, you just throw it to a random person. But that's another idea. So that's softball questions, or if you haven't got a softball, a little teddy bear question. Okay. Idea number 5, who wrote it? This idea I picked up from a book, which I'll put in the link below, and this is a really, really good idea. Okay, if the students don't know each other and you know, you got a bit of time, 15 minutes or so, you say, right, okay, I want you to write down a piece of information on a slip of paper, give them maybe 2 slips of paper, something which others might not know about them, and then you get all the pieces of paper back from the students and you put it in a sort of basket or a bag or a box, and then you pull it out and then you read out what it was, and you know, make sure everybody knows the names of each student, obviously, and you say, okay, who wrote this? Blah 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 blah, you know, and you read it out and the students have to guess which student wrote it. And it's quite funny, and some of the ideas you try and get them to generate some ideas which will create some humour in the classroom. Okay, so those are the 5 top tips that I would recommend for you to use in the classroom. Which ones do you like to use in the classroom, and have you tried any of these at all? Also, if you haven't, please subscribe. Really mean the world to me, and also leave a like, a thumbs up, and that'll be great. Okay, so I'll see you next time for a Teacher Tip Tuesday. Bye bye.